the power of the show is that it explores those characters with such depth and nuance, who is being really racist and divisive in a very public way. And most of them are eggs on Twitter. but you know, or they just have a Trump icon as their Twitcom.
Isn't this just weird?
Yeah,
I know it transitions into bad and then the potty mouth and the name calling, but like, I don't think we've ever had a leader of a free world that goes after private citizens. Honestly, you know, isn't it weird that the president's watching TV on Sunday? Didn't you think, like when you were like growing up, that the president was like in his office signing things, and
like
it's
doing
like
stuff.
He's watching the same thing that you and Sophie are?
Did you hear about the Twitter roast that had Trump's hair standing on end? John Legend and Chrissy Teigen just dished out some presidential-sized burns, and Trump's reaction is pure comedy gold. Legend got the ball rolling by joking that Melania should give Trump a gold star for being a good boy. But that was just the warm-up. Then came Teigen bringing her signature sass to the table. She turned Trump's snub into something so funny it might just be the best thing. Since Kiff stick around, you don't want to miss this?
The show included an interview with John Legend discussing his organization, Free America. Well, Trump tweeted, musician John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife are talking now about how great it is, but I didn't see them around when we needed help getting it passed. The President of the United States has started yet another Twitter feud, this time with singer John Legend and his wife, Chrissy Teigen. It all started last night when the president commented on a show on MSNBC about criminal justice reform. John Legend responded, tweeting, "Imagine being president of a whole country and spending your Sunday night hate watching MSNBC, hoping anybody will praise you. Melania, please praise this man. He needs you."
Before we move on, I have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you more great content. Believe it or not, over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It won't cost you a thing, but it makes a huge difference for us and keeps the channel growing. So, did you hit that subscribe button? Yet awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Now let's get back to the video.
And Chrissy Teigen chimed in, tweeting, "LOL, what a blank, blank, blank. Tagged everyone but me. An honor, Mr. President." I did not have to watch reality television last night, Al, because this was in real time on my Twitter feed. But this is also our country.
And I had a flat tire, so I just want to say really quickly, my Lyft driver was the sweetest guy. And he said, he was driving and halfway through, he said, "I'm going to pray for you all day today." He was such a nice old, so I just want to give him a shout out before we get to this nonsense.
Okay.
But yeah.
Looks like John Legend just sang Trump a lullaby, but not the kind that brings sweet dreams. Our favorite piano man hit the president with a tune called "Why Can't You Give Credit Where It's Due?" And, oh boy, did it strike a nerve. Picture this, Legend's on MSNBC talking about his organization, Free America, and actual important things like criminal justice reform. Meanwhile, Trump's probably sitting in front of the TV, munching on McDonald's fries, getting all worked up. And here's where it gets juicy. Trump, being the mature, stable genius he claims to be, throws a Twitter tantrum. He's all, "Where were John Legend and his wife when I needed help with criminal justice reform?" Mr. President? Maybe they were actually working on it while you were too busy tweeting about how great you are. But wait, it gets better. Legend, cool as ever, suggests that Melania should give Trump a gold star for trying. I mean, who doesn't love a good participation trophy, right? It's like Legend saying, "Aw, does someone need a pat on the head and a cookie?" Let's break this down. Legend's basically calling out Trump's never-ending need for praise. It's like he's asking, "Hey, Donald, did you not get enough hugs as a kid? Is that why you constantly need validation?" Ouch, that's got to sting more than a bad spray tan. See, Trump has a history of wanting credit for everything. He's like that one kid in a group project who does absolutely nothing but wants all the glory. The First Step Act? That was a team effort, buddy. But Trump acts like he single-handedly reformed the entire criminal justice system while also inventing sliced bread. Legend's been calling out Trump for years, long before it was the popular thing to do. It's like he had a crystal ball and saw the future, and that future was orange. But here's the best part. Trump was watching MSNBC, the same network he constantly trashes. It's like catching your vegan friend sneaking a Big Mac. The irony? Thicker than his foundation. I guess Fox News wasn't giving him enough love that night. Then comes the final blow. Legend tweets Melania, basically telling her to give Trump the validation he so desperately craves. Someone get this man a juice box and tell him he did a good job. Mic drop. Now you'd think that'd be the end of it, but oh no. Trump decided to ignore Chrissy Teigen. Big mistake. When he called her John Legend's filthy-mouthed wife, little did he know he just poked a bear with a sharp stick and an even sharper tongue. Teigen's response? Let's just say it rhymes with wussy-ass witch and the internet lost its mind.
The power of the show is that it explores those characters with such depth and nuance, and from every perspective, from the slave owner's perspective to the those enslaved people that weren't able to run away, that ended up staying on the plantation, to the overseers, to the slave catchers, to the abolitionists in the North. You really understand them as people and understand their motivations. I feel the need to call that out all the time because I don't want us to feel like it's impossible for our nation to go back to another dark place. I think we can slip into that if we let the wrong person take over and impose the wrong regime on this country. And diversity and believe that every human being's life matters. We should be vigilant about making sure we don't elect leaders that are contradicting that belief.
A verbal smackdown so brutal, it was like watching a master chef serve up a steaming plate of humble pie, and Trump got a face full of it. But here's the thing, this wasn't Teigen's first rodeo. She's been roasting Trump for years. Remember when she tweeted LOL, no one likes you? That got her blocked faster than Trump downs a bucket of KFC. It's like she's been training for this moment her whole life, and she delivered. Now let's talk irony. Trump calling someone filthy-mouthed? This is the same guy who's dropped more F-bombs than a sailor with a stubbed toe. It's like the pot calling the kettle. Orange. His own potty mouth has made headlines countless times, so him trying to be the purity police? About as believable as his hair in a windstorm. But Teigen's tweet didn't just make people laugh. It started a whole movement. Before you could blink, President Assbleep was trending faster than Trump's approval ratings were dropping. Teigen threw the first punch, and Twitter happily joined the brawl. And let's not forget, Trump has a bad habit of going after women who call him out, usually with the subtlety of a bull in a china shop. But Teigen? She's not some delicate little teacup. She's a steel mug, ready to take the heat and serve it right back. And while Trump was busy melting down online, Teigen was racking up millions of new followers. Turns out, in the world of social media, a well-timed clapback is worth more than a political speech. But hold up. This whole thing isn't just about sick burns and follower counts. This Twitter war is a mini version of what's happening in politics right now. On one side, we've got Trump, a man who can't handle even the slightest criticism without launching into schoolyard insults. On the other, Teigen and Legend, using their platforms to actually call out nonsense and fight for real issues like criminal justice reform. While they're out here making a difference, Trump's more focused on late-night social media battles than, running the country. But just how much time does he actually spend on Twitter instead of doing his job? Buckle up! We're about to dive into the madness that is Trump's Twitter addiction. You'd think a President's Day would be filled with important meetings, world-changing decisions, and maybe a quick game of nuclear football. But nope. Trump's routine is more like tweet, eat, repeat. Our orange-tinted leader has turned Twitter into his personal playground, swinging on those 280-character monkey bars like there's no tomorrow. While past presidents were tackling healthcare, climate change, and avoiding World War III, Trump's up at 3 a.m., carefully crafting the perfect comeback tweet. It's like he's training for the procrastination Olympics, and trust me, he's going for gold. Meanwhile, real issues are piling up fast. Healthcare? Too complicated. Climate change? Fake news? Foreign policy? Who needs allies when you've got followers, right? And let's spare a thought for the poor White House staff. Imagine trying to wrangle a toddler, except this one has nuclear codes and an iPhone. These poor souls probably spend their days frantically trying to delete tweets before he starts a war with Greenland. Now, sure, other world leaders use social media, but while they use it to communicate with citizens and share important updates, Trump treats it like a middle schooler settling grudges. Sleepy Joe this, Crooked Hillary that. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't changed his profile pic to a poorly photoshopped image of him arm wrestling Putin. And guess what? We're paying for all this. Yep, our tax dollars are funding Trump's digital diarrhea. While he's busy attacking celebrities and retweeting conspiracy theories, our money is going straight down the Twitter drain. And let's not forget the fact-checkers, those poor souls working overtime just to keep up with Trump's tweet storms. It's like trying to mop up a flood with a paper towel, futile, messy, and guaranteed to end in tears. But here's the real problem. This Twitter obsession isn't just annoying, it's affecting his ability to govern. It's hard to focus on running a country when you're too busy coming up with new nicknames for your enemies. It's like trying to perform brain surgery while playing Candy Crush. Something's bound to go wrong. And in this case, it's everything. So what's really going on here? Is Trump secretly playing 4D chess while the rest of us are stuck on checkers? Or is he just a man-child with a smartphone? Some political analysts think his Twitter fights are more than just petty drama, they're distractions. It's like when your dog barks at the mailman right as you're about to catch them eating your shoes. Coincidence? Probably not. But others think Trump's just got thin skin. When someone criticizes him, he doesn't think about policy or strategy. He just fires off insults fast. It's like he's got a big red button labeled "tweet mean things" right next to the nuclear launch codes. At the end of the day, the internet has become a new political battleground. Who needs debates when you can just watch celebs roast politicians in real time? And whether we like it or not, these viral clapbacks are shaping public opinion, especially for younger voters. So next time you see a spicy tweet from your favorite celeb, just remember, it might be doing more than making you laugh. It might just be shaping the future.